Just following on from the questions about carers. So I've heard from carers, I'm sure we all have. I remember particularly some carers I met during Carers Week of the impact of fuel prices, so petrol, diesel, and the pressures that's causing to them. What assessment have you made on the impact of specifically fuel costs pressures on carers, and for that matter, I think people on benefits more generally?
I'm not aware we've done any impact analysis specifically for carers. It's possible Department of Health has done, but I'm not aware that we have.
Would you consider a repayment scheme going forwards to help those business costs, for want of better words, endured by carers, such as on fuel specifically, or in things like missed earnings, where because of taking up a caring role, that's become a barrier to employment?
So I fully understand why people make the choice to take on caring, thinking of their relatives, and that's the best support they think they can give to people. And it's a very welcome choice that carers make. But the carers allowance has never been intended to be, or elements of the UC that relates to caring responsibilities, has never been intended to be a substitute for earnings.
Thanks. And in terms of just more generally, where there are cost of living pressures, which in part are driven by commodity prices such as fuel, which is heavily taxed, in terms of approaches, which ones would you tend to prefer? Ones where we sort of tax and give back in terms of giving support, or approaches that cut taxation in the first place and knock down those cost of living pressures?
Well, I think you'll remember that we reduced fuel duty by 5p a litre, and I think the expected cost of that was £5 billion. Again, not something to be dismissed lightly.
Isn't possible.
I'm also conscious that, dare I say it, matters of taxation are a matter for the Chancellor. And when going through his various assessments and thinking of the whole kind of income from variety taxes and then how we redistribute that, very deliberately, the Chancellor wanted to make sure this big package of support was highly focused on redistributing to people on the lowest incomes. So it's really a matter for the Chancellor to talk about different ways of taxation, etc.
Okay, but it completely, I appreciate and respect that. But in terms of your appraisal, in terms of the cost of living pressures that you are deploying resource to help people with, have you done analysis in terms of what the overall taxation burden, both in terms of upfront taxes like income tax, etc.? I appreciate most of the people.
The answer is no. I haven't.
Okay.
It's possible the Chancellor has done that.
Thank you.